from Big Studios in Compton, California, featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop
Let's go! Tuesday night. You know what that means, Johnny?
I think it means my fucking headphones are loud as fuck.
I know.
Shit.
I mean, that's why you have sound check. Did you not check your headphones?
I did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I was.
I checked yours.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank
That's
you.
how you're being an influencer.
Yeah, I was influencing for people to fucking check us out. Shit. It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, the #1 live podcast
In the
every
world.
Tuesday night.
Ever the history of the universe.
Yeah, we're the #1 live one. Prove me wrong. Prove us wrong. I can't verify it, but neither can you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Fuck.
You ever seen a baby pigeon? No, but you just accept that they exist. You know?
Yeah. That's crazy. I never
Holy
had
shit!
that.
Wait a minute. I don't think I've ever seen a baby. I've
Yeah,
seen
you
baby
know what? That's what I
doves.
just said. You
I've
never
seen
see
baby
a baby pigeon,
doves.
but they obviously fucking exist. Where are they at? Don't worry about it.
Fucking trees.
Hell yeah. We've had a couple great shows, you know, that we've done. Ephraim, we've had really cool shows
we're
last week.
rolling.
Ephraim, yeah, we're rolling, bro, rolling. And today we have another.
Wait, hold on. We gotta do the number. What number were we at? 47?
47.
47. And we're this good already.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that number means nothing to me.
Nah.
You know, but normally I find a number. I'm like, oh shit, that's this guy's number, or that number means 47.
Yeah.
Nothing. So that means it's open for this to mean something for 47. You know?
Oh,
what
yeah,
I mean?
it's
right
its own
now.
thing,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
3 away from 50, though. What?
What is that? 5 away from 52, which is a year.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like
Damn.
52 makes a year. That's
Hell yeah.
fucking.
That's
pretty
fresh.
sweet.
That's
Yeah.
fresh.
By the way, shout out to everyone who's logging in, tuning in, and checking us out. Shout out to Oscar. We see you, Mike Grito. He says you guys are #1.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Numero
Thank you.
uno.
You gotta check them out, My Grito. They have a bunch of
Mi
great
Grito.
shows. Mi Grito. I apologize.
I
I haven't
said-
been smoking.
He said it first.
but
It's
it's
all right.
but
I
it's
said it.
it's the secondhand smoking here,
Yeah,
man. Shit.
yeah.
They have a bunch of really good live streams. You can check them out. They've signed quite a few bands to their label, and they're doing things, man, in that Latin community and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, man. Check them out.
Shout out to From the Dungeon Podcast, logging in from New Jersey. Those are our homies out there. D-Ron, we're going to have you back. But he's saying 47, great episode. Keep killing it, homies.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. And today we do have a great guest, man. I've known this guy for quite a few years. I met him a long time ago, and then everybody went their separate ways, right? And then I re-met him again, and then, man, it's just been crazy. We call him Falcon, but he can introduce himself as whatever he'd like.
Yeah, I go by that. Or Joel.
Joel,
Falcon.
Joel, yeah. But
Joel, but we all
I like
know him as
Falcon way
Falcon.
better.
Falcon.
Falcon's easier to say, so thank you.
That's right.
Also known on Instagram as Falcon Did It. You
Hell
can,
yeah.
you can check out his artwork, and he does a bunch of amazing artwork that you can check out. But I met you quite a few years ago, man. Can you let us know, because you're Australian, of course.
Uh-huh.
So how'd you get here? What made you know, like, not only how'd you get here, because we're talking about, like,
I didn't
he
swim,
tells a
I'll
joke
tell you
to his Latin homies that he says, like, I came from a further,
Yeah.
Right.
I came further, homie. Like,
You came
my
from-
border was bigger. So.
Yeah.
But what what brought you here? What brought you to America?
So I was in a band that we toured out here, and then on the flight home, we had, that's a long flight.
That's
So,
a long flight.
We finished the tour, and then we're like, America's amazing, California's amazing, Orange County's amazing. We should try and move. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was 18, and all the other guys were decently older. So, we did it.
And you're the drummer of this band.
Correct. We were called Day of Contempt, and I was the youngest. I quit like a pop punk band I was in. Total different scene. Like Day of Contempt was a metal band, but they'd see my band play. I'd go see their band play.
Yeah.
And Dan, the bass player, did all my tattoos. Dan Smith, shout out.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, he was like, "You should join our band because our drummer's being a weirdo." And
Aren't drummers all weirdos though? Isn't that part of being a drummer?
Yeah.
But then again, isn't every band member going to be a weirdo in a weird
that
way?
is
But,
also-
but if someone is telling me in that band world that someone else is being mega weird from a band world, that you know that's going to be even extra weirder.
Yeah.
So you knew Dan in Australia?
what's that?
You knew Dan in Australia, Dan Smith?
Yeah, like we were like
That's why,
we grew
'cause you
up
guys are
together.
both here now, so
So
that's-
he lived with me and my parents the year before we moved.
Fuck
out
yeah.
To save money.
Dan
So-
Smith is like, this is a serious tattooer. Like this is.
This was his first ever sleeve that isn't there anymore.
No shit.
So yeah, that's I try to keep it when they cut it off. But we'll get
Did
to
you
that.
get? No, did you? No, yeah.
Right. So then yeah, we did it. We got visas. Long kind of story short. I'm just trying to trim off the fat that doesn't need. But yeah, we did it. Saved up. Worked our asses off. Got visas. Moved to LA. I threw $500 on black at the casino
Fuck yeah.
3 nights before hit. Moved to America with $1,000 and a credit card, like $7,000 credit card, and a suitcase. And yeah,
And that was the beginning.
hello Glendale.
Fuck yeah.
That's fucking dope.
What's up, Armenia?
What
You
So-
made it
number-
happen.
What,
Yeah.
Oh, you
Fuck.
said black. You said black. All right, so no number. And then you came out here to be a rock star.
Yeah, try and play drums and make money doing that, and not be a 9 to 5 dude. You know.
Yeah.
Plus, I was covered in tattoos and I was 18. You know? Like, who's gonna hire an Australian kid covered in tattoos? You know, that came from a really big prison. You know, so well, what was intended to be a big prison, but you know what I mean. It's kind of it's hard. It's harder now. I'm in another country. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking just the way I did, let alone being Australian and the visa thing, and it's a whole nother world, you know, like visa and government stuff and that whole side of things is really complicated and not easy, and everything's an interrogation, you know.
Sure.
You're just trying to get something renewed. you
Yeah,
know?
I'm trying to be
like
trying
no,
to-
you know,
Yeah.
like because we got them, and then the September 11th happened. Which was the year before. So then we got them approved.
Uh-huh.
I don't know when that happened in the process, like September 11th happened, but I remember it was just like night and day different.
Sure.
You know, it was like everybody is a terrorist that doesn't
Live-
come from the country.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it, you know. So it was tough and expensive. But yeah, so we were here and touring, and yeah.
Any bands that we know that you played with?
After that band kind of dissolved, I played with a band. Well, when did? I'm just trying to think of the order, you know, because there was a lot of like side projects, no big deal stuff, you know. I think Tiger Army was like the last thing I did on drums, but yeah, after Day of Contempt, it was like Tiger Army for that spell of shows. Sorry, just trying to get my breath. Hang on, can I just take a minute?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I don't even have-
I'm making oxygen from the car. I just feel out of breath. J-Bone.
We're gonna give him a minute, but we're gonna carry on right now. Now, obviously, with Tuesdays and obviously with Super Steve, we always got new and exciting announcements coming up for the Michelada Rumble.
Oh,
That's coming
yeah.
up only a few weeks away. We're about 4 weeks from this show happening, and you just announced your latest lineup, and you got you got your full music lineup out now.
Yeah, September 18th, it's Michelada Rumble. We have the Dog Pound, Trish Toledo. We have Loomis. We have Angie V. Out, you can go West Coast. You can go to micheladarumble.com. We have Lucha Libre Wrestling. We have car exhibition. We have folklorico dancing, micheladas. We have music. I mean, what else do you want, man?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
it's gonna be dope.
And then, so I finally have things to announce. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So tonight, I mean, this is right now.
Yeah.
But after the show tonight at 9 o'clock at Flights in Hawthorne, I'll be doing stand-up. And also this Saturday at a place called Baja's in Koreatown at 8 o'clock, I'll also be doing stand-up. So that should be sweet.
Wait,
So it's fine. You know what I mean? Like I told
Yeah.
you, shows. It's finally starting to happen.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And tonight, I don't know if we talked about it.
Yeah,
Watch
tonight
that
in
right now.
Hawthorne. Tonight in Hawthorne, right after the show, and then Saturday at a place called Baja's in Koreatown.
Nice.
So at 8 o'clock.
New stuff. Working on it.
I mean, both. You know
A little
what I
bit,
mean?
little bit everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. It's been a minute. I'm about to go check one out. I might have to go to one of them. I might go tonight.
Like it's crazy. It's different now. Like I find like have enough time to where it's like, oh, all right, here you're gonna do 10 minutes tonight, and it's like, all right, what 10 minutes am I gonna do?
Oh shit.
Not like here's my 10 minutes. It's
Do
like,
you
all
mix
right,
and
I have-
match your 10?
Sure. You
All
know
right,
what I
all
mean?
right.
Like where it's like and then last night I fuck. It's like it's chugging along. you
Hell
know?
yeah,
Like
dude.
every
That's what
once in a
I
while,
hear.
like little things happen to where it's like.
Do I need my Vax card to go tonight?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. I'm gonna have it. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
I didn't bring it.
That's crazy too. There's been like inside mics and inside shows where you have to have it, and I have like a digital copy because I don't fucking carry around the
Yeah.
goddamn copy.
Do they accept that,
And-
by the way?
Yes,
They do,
which was
okay.
wild because I just took my my secret girlfriend told me, she was like, take a screen, because she sent me the fucking digital thing. She was like, take a screenshot, keep it in your phone. And I was like, what the fuck am I gonna need this for? But I did it, you know. And then they were like, we need you need a card and your ID, or else, or you have a digital one. And I was like, well, look at me, I actually fucking have that right here, you know. So it's been. But that was pretty wild. And they're like wanting to check against your ID and stuff too,
Hell
against
yeah.
your name.
You gotta make
Shit's
sure
wild.
you are who you are.
Right, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I would just get a screenshot from anybody, you know. No, I cannot. You know what? Samuel? You know, we're not friends, man.
By the way, shout out to everyone logging in. We just got a message through Facebook from Samuel. Can you give someone a Prince Albert on stage?
No,
By the way, have you actually ever pierced a dick before? Just
Of course.
Oh, you have?
millions.
Really?
I touched more dicks than every girl on Epstein's Island.
By the way, just really quick, like as you're touching that first dick, and obviously you regret all of this shit, but
I don't regret it. I mean, it happened. I don't want to do it anymore, but that shit happened.
don't regret touching dicks at all? You're good with it?
For money, sure. I've done way worse for money. It's fine.
Wow, okay.
Damn.
Fuck it.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. They're like, I had gloves on. I wasn't fucking.
yeah, you getting paid.
I wasn't sucking them.
Yeah, it's part of the job, dude.
I was just
I
like-
guess. I don't know.
And I don't care. And that's way easier. To, like, I don't care what if this guy bleeds to death or his dick never works again. Like, I don't care. So it was it like took the pressure off because like who cares? Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's
like-
not getting aroused. Like, ooh.
Or I don't get like this doesn't matter. Like I'm mad at you for making me do this.
Oh, you're gonna
so
pay
I don't
me.
care. Like if it
Because you know what? As many dicks as there are in that line of work, there's like nasty chicks that you're like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the first day, not the first, the day when I knew piercing wasn't gonna be as cool as it was sold to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when it was sold to me, it's like, look, dude, sticking needles in people sucks, but you're gonna make a bunch of money. There's gonna be a bunch of girls, and it was like, all right, like that's all right. And so this girl comes in. I think I've told the story before, but she comes in and she's fucking beautiful, young chick, and she needs to change the jewelry in her tongue. And so and she had acrylic balls, and acrylic balls should be really easy to get off, but they weren't. They weren't fucking coming off. And so I had to get tools, and I finally I get it, and the smell that came out of this chick's mouth off of her jewelry, it was just like, dude, this. And that was like the same day I learned, like, don't breathe through your nose. You breathe through your mouth. You know what I mean? You don't breathe through your nose. You breathe through your mouth. Anytime,
Yeah.
like, when you're that close to that thing, it's not what you want to be doing.
Johnny,
know?
you could have started the fucking mask trend even before this whole shit that happened. You could have been
Yeah,
wearing masks
yeah.
from
Yeah.
day
Well,
one.
it's also like there's enough crazy shit that's happened to where wearing masks should have been mandatory when and fucking goggle like.
Oh, yeah.
But
oh, you
but
had
it looks
shit sprayed on
of
your
course,
fucking.
but you look like an idiot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it. It's not
Yeah.
worth like half a
Johnny
percent
wants to
of the
be
time.
the cool guy that has fucking AIDS in his eye versus
Right.
the fucking.
Or like, yeah. Or like, why don't you wear a helmet when you ride a motorcycle? Cause it doesn't fucking look cool. Like,
Hell no,
yeah.
look at
It messes
the
up my hair.
Right, you know, like,
It's so
okay.
much cooler to be dead and have your fucking
Look, man.
brain
You're gonna be
splatter
dead
on the
anyways.
ground.
I'm
bro.
like, he had to go there, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? That's the only argument. That's the only argument. Is
Well,
you
no,
might
that's
die.
how. Hey,
That's the main
how-
argument.
Hey
You
guys,
I might die doing all kinds of things.
I'll tell you right
know?
now though, you don't know the story, but that's how Joel lost his arm. It was a motorcycle accident.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I don't.
shit,
I don't
see?
want to jump
Oh,
ahead
I'm
of the
sorry.
story, but
That's what I was like, man, so soon.
that's
I was
how-
like, I just go to the bathroom to throw up some Chinese food, and I come back and there's motorcycle jokes.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Man.
Yeah, good
That was
job.
the wrong
Mario.
setup for me.
That's what I'm
Andy-
saying. Like,
Andy's
okay.
got the magical button.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like how fucking Steve's grabs and he segues right into. Kudos to you, sir, at least for
Wait.
picking that.
Hey, it's just, you know what I'm saying, like, you know. But so we left off where you're playing with these bands,
Yes,
Tiger
yes,
Army
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and-
so Tiger Army was the last. Leeds Festival was actually the last show I played on drums.
Yeah.
With the biggest audience.
Do you
With
remember how many people?
a shit ton.
And then
Like
they
that,
all,
that was a time like I probably, man, toured for 6 years straight kind of thing, just this country, and then I did Australia 4 years over, like, and that was, you know, the only show where I kept my head down. Like I walk out first, you know.
you're not even gonna look
I
up.
didn't look up. But I have a really crazy story about that, real quick, because I won't remember later on. So there was a midget that went to my high school, Belinda, electric wheelchair, shortest person in my city, of 3 million people, like was on the front page of the paper, the whole deal, you know. She was at the show, like in the crowd, at the Tiger Army show.
Yeah.
Me and her used to listen to her in high school, right? Listen to Tiger Army. So she has a big Australian flag. You know, they will have flags where they're from.
Yeah.
So I'm playing and I see it, you know, the flag, not who's holding it.
Right.
Obviously. You know, she's a foot tall. I hope she's listening. So I was like, that's rad. You know what I mean? Like I have a Tiger Army tattoo my whole forearm that I got when I was 18, you know. And then you see the flag, you know, I'm like, wow, rad. You know?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
that was some like proud of where you're from shit.
Fuck yeah.
Security guard comes up to me after the show backstage, like, yo, are you Falcon? Because my nickname started there. That's another whole thing. But yeah, and I go, yeah, and she's like, someone wants to see you. What? I'm in another country, you know. I woke up and there's Belinda in her electric wheelchair, you know. She's like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
So that was rad. That was a pretty sick moment,
to
you know.
have someone who you used to listen to Tiger Army with.
Yeah, like she knew. We
Come
were like the
seeing you
yeah.
play in fucking Tiger Army.
It was
like,
crazy
ah.
because we were like the alternative group in the high school, you know.
Yeah.
And she was in my year, yeah. But my guitarist in my high school punk band was a year. No, my bass player was a year younger, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still Instagram friends with her. I could look her up. Right? But like, yeah, she's cool, you know. Like she's always been rad, punk rock chick. You know, we'd pick her up at lunchtime and shit. I just put her on a table and just hop in, and just like, you know,
Yeah.
like on sports day, like her dad supercharged it so she could be in like one of the like relays in the wheelchair.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like they let her do it and stuff. You know, she
Yeah.
was like the cool. Everybody loves Belinda. You know, she's
Yeah.
rad. But
She was a like. Her,
small, like her brother, I think.
her handicap wasn't. She didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One of those
it
kind of
worked
people
for
that
her.
just goes with it. You know what?
It
doesn't
this
define
is the
her.
dice that I have. And yeah,
Right.
it's not gonna define me. I'm gonna have my fucking fun. I'm enjoying myself. And now I just seen one of my best friends from high school, and he's in the fucking band that we used to listen to.
Like she would have had a heart attack walking on stage. You know?
Yeah.
Her little heart.
Yeah. It's fucking,
I love you, Belinda.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I have a similar
But-
story too. When I told my boy Andres that I was gonna be on K-Rock, and it's always good when you can share that. That especially that experience with someone, dude. That's awesome. I totally. I mean,
was
not
rad.
not at the same level. I mean,
And to think that was like the last professional show I'll ever do playing drums. You know?
yeah.
Just out of curiosity, how did you even get crossed up with Tiger Army and Nick 13?
Well, the band I was in with Dan, so Dave Contempt, 2 guys from the original band that moved to America, went back home. So we're like, what are we going to do? Dan's like, I'll sing. We'll get a bass player. It'll be easier. And we'll change the style. So we went, it was kind of like that, so like, it wasn't as fun drum-wise for me to play. I was more like the Smiths, like that type of, I don't know, like a modern New Order, Interpol type stuff.
Ooh.
Which playing drums too, after like, to look at the 2 different styles, especially me drumming, I was like, whoa, like,
You're gonna
it's
go
cool,
from,
but
you're gonna
I
go-
want to listen to this before I go to bed.
I mean, you're going from new wave to like psychobilly. Like it is definitely completely
But there was
different
just so
genres.
much stuff. Yeah, it was.
But even before that, it was even harder shit you were playing.
Yeah,
when
we
you
were like
first got
metal
here.
band. Yeah,
Metal band.
But
and
we
then-
knew the Good Charlotte dudes, so they would take us on tour.
Okay.
So
I knew there was a good Charlotte. Like
So
story.
I lived at Benji's house when I moved to America.
Oh shit.
So that's why we're in Glendale.
Okay.
The MTV Cribs episode. To be exact.
Damn.
I was actually at the Starbucks down the street when that was being filmed.
Holy shit. That's fucking pretty cool.
Kinda.
I mean, you're.
Hey,
you're,
go
you're,
to
you're-
Starbucks, Falcon, because I need to shoot for my episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Can
to
you
be-
lend me $5?
I need to get a fucking grande.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean, it was cool though. I mean, they looked after us.
That's
They
really cool.
they got us the visas. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have my kids. Even though we're not on talking terms or hang out. Like I wouldn't be here, and still kudos for what they did for us at the time. It was just another falling out with a guy in my band and their party. So
Got it.
I had to take my boys back, and
Sometimes it's hard being pals, man.
Pals, man, it's hard.
I don't even remember what went down between
but it doesn't
Benji
matter,
and
you know?
another person, but I'm.
Sure.
It's
not
hard
even a
being
decision.
pals.
Not even
I'll
a
take a
decision.
bullet for this, dude. You
Yeah.
just paid
Yeah.
for my visa, and like I've been posted up in one of your 8 bedrooms on a blow-up mattress.
So did Dan do all your tattoos? Sorry,
Everything.
I
Yeah.
got a tattoo nerd for a second right now.
Yeah. I have his second tattoo on my leg. So this was the band STR that Dan did.
Yeah.
That I left this band to join Dan's band.
Hell yeah.
Dan did the tattoo on the book. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like his second tattoo.
So
Or third. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
because Dan Smith is a murderer. This dude, like this is a 1%er fucking tattoo.
my shit ain't that good. But
No, I'm saying, but that's.
But
like,
you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
saying that, but that's so fucking cool. That
but
like,
we even look at it and laugh at it.
Of
Look at
course.
my lines,
Of
dude. And I'm
course.
like,
Yeah.
But he's my brother, so I can. But yeah, I mean, we live together, and yeah,
Hell
it was
yeah.
like a lot of bedroom tattoos back home.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Because I told my parents, I go, once I turn 18, it's on. You know that, and they're like, that's fine. You wait until you're 18. Sure as shit, 18 came.
That's
Game
all
on.
the thing I have.
Game on.
I have early tattoos from dudes who went on to be really good too. And it's like, motherfucker, like, why was I
Yep.
getting tattooed by you then?
But it's cool, because I'm just like, oh, it's rad, because it's memories.
Yeah,
I'm like, that guy
absolutely.
you guys see on TV, my mum's walking in bringing us sandwiches because he might be tattooing me, or we're watching something together. I know
Yeah.
him like that.
Sure, absolutely.
So
And you,
it was kinda
and you know
hot.
what? No, you all have fucking awesome tattoos, but I have a fucking shitty one.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He'll never do one like this again.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? This is original
Yeah,
shit.
we have a lot of matching tattoos, me and Dan, and stuff. But yeah. So I mean, it's memories like me and Billy from Good Charlotte have that tattooed, that bloody coffin, on our fingers.
Yeah.
I covered up the one I had with the other dudes, because we all did.
Yeah.
Like shit hit the fan. I didn't even know. It was just like we're out of his house.
No shit.
All right.
My God.
And I
Guilty
knew,
by
like,
association.
yeah, I don't know I didn't remember if it was a girl thing, if it was a money thing. I just
It should be a
remember
girl thing.
it was my boy and
Fuck it.
whatever,
Yeah.
And I actually rolled up on Benji. Well, not rolled up, but I rolled up to Warp Tour, and I was backstage. No, I went to my car to grab something. I wasn't playing. I just went to go see the band, and he was walking through the parking lot, and I am. Parking lot's empty, but packed with cars.
Yeah.
But no one inside.
Yeah.
So, like, the show's already going up. And I'm like, Ben's walking towards me right now. Like,
Is it gonna go
it's
down?
like 8 years later. I haven't seen him since, you know. I went home and it was like, oh, pack my stuff, let's go. And yeah, right before the last car, he went one lane over and then went by. I was with
Did he see you though?
my
Like-
partner. No, it was like the Western
Intentional.
movies, you know.
Yeah.
And all the businesses' doors shut, and
Yeah.
it's just those fools. It was like that.
Yeah.
But I was with my lady at the time, and so she knew the deal. She knew how I got here. You know, she
Yeah.
knows who he is. So she's like, "What's gonna happen?" I was like, "I don't know. We'll find out." You know?
He avoided it.
I was
He
like,
avoided
"Bitch,
it.
no."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of because I didn't know. I was like, me and him didn't have it. But
Yeah.
he's got to know.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
You know. But anyway,
So then you did bands and stuff, and then you ended up getting married.
yep. Then divorced.
Okay.
And then with my partner now, engaged.
But before that, oh no, okay. So yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
yeah. Okay.
Right. And then, yeah, still together, happy.
And then you were
Couple
working.
kids.
You were working at Slide Bar. That's where we
Yes, so then
reconnected.
the slide bar thing. Yeah,
as
so I
friends?
quit. Darren departed. Sorry, Dan, can't do it, dude. Don't have the funds. You know, I can't leave for 3 months and come back to like not owing money somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, he was like, I get it. And then Tiger Army asked me to play. So I was like, awkward, but we have the same manager, Ryan Downey. So he knew I quit. So then when James couldn't do Europe, that lead show was part of that run
Mhm.
I did with Tiger Army in Europe. So all the shows were in Europe. And yeah, that's how that went about. But in between, well, even during the end of my band, Dear Departed with Dan, I was working at Slide Bar when I was home. And that's when I met you.
Again, because we met each other.
Was I working there yet when I ran into you the first time? Yes.
No, you were working at Hollywood's. You were hanging out.
Oh,
at
the
Hollywood's.
first time.
The
right,
first
right.
time we met.
Right, but I was working at Slide Bar when I saw you there.
Yeah, that was the second time we met again. I was like, I fucking know you. Yeah, what the fuck?
Right.
And then
we had
met
a big
again.
gap in between
Yes.
barbershop and Slide Bar.
Yeah,
Right.
we had a big gap.
We
at the
dated
time.
other people.
We did.
Right.
And then I saw you and we reconnected, and it was like,
ripped
what's
our
up?
clothes off,
Yeah.
running towards each other on the
Yeah.
beach. And
Hell yeah, it was cool because it was someone that I had met before, cool ass guy, and then he went to work at Slide Bar, and we started doing a lot of shit at Slide Bar with Ramon and Josh, and you know, I was like, fuck, I know that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you know, fuck yeah, and then it was cool, man. I always go over
Popped
there,
it off
party.
again,
You guys
yep.
were really fucking cool as hell.
I'm
out
always
there.
around beer.
Yeah,
Whenever in our two separate worlds at separate time thing,
it was always
it's
beer.
always been around, yeah. But
Hey, partying. That's
I'm
what
either,
I
yeah, I
like.
was pouring beer at the barber shop and pouring beer at Slide Bar.
And that's the thing. It was always something where it was like just entertaining and hanging out and just fucking good times. It's always great when you know what I'm saying? People like, and I get it. Some people, you know, are like, what do you do for work? Like, why don't we fucking hang out and drink and
Yeah.
fucking have a good time? I
Yeah.
don't know. And just some of us just, you know, got to the position where we can do that shit.
Yeah.
And some of us have to fucking
Yeah,
go
I
and
ca-
make
I
the
can't
beer. And
anymore.
some, yeah.
Right,
No,
right.
but yeah. And then, you know, you get in a motorcycle accident.
Right. So
What year is this?
The accident was 2015.
And you weren't doing art before the accident. Or were
No, like I could draw right-handed, because I was right-handed. The arm I lost. But not.
Not to the
I
extent.
wasn't painting canvases and like. No, I want to learn what these colors and these colors do.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't care about that. Like, I was just like, I like old school shit. You know, tattoo wise and even the artwork wise, I like old stuff. You know, and then I kind of fell into really doing art at all left-handed or trying it was my daughter's birthday, and that was after my accident.
What was the first thing you drew?
That I painted
That
left-handed.
painted, yeah.
I painted Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles' face
Uh-huh.
on a clay plate because we went there for her birthday, and you can paint the
Yeah.
pottery, you know.
Uh-huh.
So paint a face, and I was like, "What should I paint?" And she was young and just, I think it was her 6th birthday, so she was little.
I love
And
that
I
it was
just-
a Ninja Turtle. By the way, I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be like some Michelangelo
Yeah,
piece.
exactly.
Like, no, Teenage Mutant
No,
Ninja
no.
Turtle,
You
man.
were like
Michelangelo, the coolest
Michelangelo,
one.
and I was like, holy shit.
That's
It's
what
like
I was
from
thinking.
Ninja Turtles. Like, oh, okay, good. Like, yeah. I was like, you're telling me
I was like, no, you're getting Picasso on your plate.
that you were
Okay.
not left-handed, and your first drawing, you were like, I broke her out some Michelangelo. She was like,
No,
ah,
you know why I said
damn."
Michelangelo before I let you guys know that he was a turtle? It's because I always forget his name.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So before I went to say Ninja Turtles, I was like, I don't even know the fool's name. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, it's
He's gotta remember what
Michelangelo.
color he is.
So I went with
The orange one.
Michelangelo, then hit you with the turtle.
He's
Yeah.
the best one.
Because
too.
I like to, I would like to draw. I mean, everyone does. You know what I'm saying?
me.
I don't draw.
And then when I
Yeah.
saw you doing it, I was like, God damn, this fucker's, look how dope he's got. You know what I'm saying?
So just to recap, he is now. So we go from being in Australia, moving
Yeah, we
here,
jumped.
moving here, hooking up with Good Charlotte, couch surfing with them for a little bit, help them to get their visas to stay here, rock and roll here, do some bands, jump around. Tour with Tiger Army in Europe, have a motorcycle accident, lose his arm, and now he's painting left-handed and he'd never been left-handed ever in his life.
Never.
Yes.
And now we're about to display some art for everyone who can looking on through the all the video stuff. And obviously, if you're listening in, thank you guys for the local music experience. You guys can always check out these episodes and relive all the magic, and actually check out all his art. Where can we go on Instagram? What's the your handle so people can see this?
It's just Falcon did it.
Falcon did it.
On
Yes.
Instagram, you can check out his work on there, dude. Definitely awesome stuff. And so when you painted the first one, was it
Yeah, so
something?
that was just like a Ninja Turtle
Uh-huh.
like cartoon, you know.
Yeah.
I think I copied it from my phone, but and like the lines were good, and like it looked like it, you know.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, you know. And my like I'd been banged up, you know what I mean, pretty bad. Like I snapped my leg in 2 spots. I didn't have to, but I had my arm amputated, you know, because I ripped my nerves out of my spine. And it's like, to like, I think accomplish something and it looked good, I was just like, whoa, you know? Like, the first thing you do after being like so kind of defeated, and it's for her, and it was like a rad thing, you know? I was
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
that's, you know, I was like proud of myself, and they were like, wow, that's good. Like, she was like, wow, you did that left-handed, you know? But I already knew that's all I had in my head. Like,
That's it.
You have
my
fun.
left hand's really good now. Like,
Like-
really good.
No,
like,
yeah.
I wish my right could come back just so I could play drums to C
Sure.
and just set up the kit left-handed and try all this
Like, I bet
weird,
you I could
different
do it.
stuff,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just experiment by myself in a room, lock the door even, cool, like, whatever. Yeah, and then from there, I was just, like, here and there, and then I think I just, like, bought some watercolor. And then bought watercolor paint, and I was like, this is rad, and I was starting to do, yeah, just, like, pad stuff, you know? And then people were just like, whoa, that's rad, and, you know, I wouldn't say overreact, but were like really stoked. They're like, you know, they're like, you know, he's doing it left-handed. They keep remembering, but to me, that's all I had. So like,
Sure.
I'm already past.
I'm not doing it left-handed. I'm just doing it. This is what I'm doing.
Like,
Yeah.
because now we're like, whatever, maybe a year in or whatever, and it's like, people still like trip out when it clicks to them. Like, oh, that's Joel wasn't left-handed before, you know. So I'll get the random message from a homie, even, you know. It's like, dude, I still can't believe, you know.
I'm
like,
that guy.
yeah,
I'm that guy. Like at first I was like, fuck, you know, like, and I've seen the gradual, just how it's where it started from the Michelangelo, you know,
Right.
Teenage Ninja Turtle
Right.
to what I'm seeing now, and you're like, fuck, bro.
Wait, you've actually seen the Ninja Turtle painted?
no, but
No,
I
no,
found
no.
the plate though.
No,
Oh,
but I'm
really?
saying
I found
like,
the plate.
I'm saying like the first, you know what I'm saying?
The
What I'm trying to get the
progression. Got it.
progression from the first watercolors to now, and that's why I wanted him on here, because you know we always talk about like going out there and fucking doing it and not being afraid and shit and becoming and doing what you need to in this world, because you only got one shot. And that's why, to me, your story is so important for the listeners to hear, because you got Johnny out here who's going to go do some stand-up today, and one of the hardest things to do, but he's fucking doing it because that's what's in him. And shit that I've done, and now you, and even Mario, doing this whole, like, podcasting. He just had his
Right,
400th show on Sunday for Pigs
There
Radio.
you go.
You know what I'm saying? And because he wants to do it, and then to have
Yeah.
you, like you said, you've been through some shit, and some people give up.
They
A
do.
lot of people give up.
Like you said, feel defeated.
Yeah,
and,
you're like,
and it's
fuck
hard
it.
to come from places like that. I mean, I've had my ups and downs, and when you're down in the fucking ditch where life fucking kicked you in the nuts so hard where it's hard to get up, you don't want to get up.
No.
But then, what do? You just sit there and you fucking rot the shit, or do you fucking dust yourself off, wipe the fucking tear, or whatever the fuck it is? Like, fuck, okay, what else do I have? We keep going.
Yeah,
And-
and I've seen the progression, and it's like, damn, dude, it's fucking badass.
I mean, it's not only like shooting the shot, because, I mean, obviously with his band stuff, fuck, he was doing it.
Yeah.
Now he's doing it with
He
something else.
moved to a new country as a teenager. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean? Like
something
that,
else.
That already is.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, get out of here.
I was
That's
never,
already-
yeah, and it's kind of weird when you do meet guys in a band, you know, and they're all on the same page. That's the best. And
Sure.
Everyone's like, yeah, let's just do it. We're like, we're all crazy.
So you've already,
you know,
but
like,
the thing is, those
but you
kind
get
of
what I
things,
mean. You know, you're on the same page when it's like they look at the world in the same mindset. Like even me and Dan, when we talked the last time we hung out, you know, at the shop, and we were just like, man, we just do it. We just don't care, you know, because he's like, yeah, it works rad, dude. Like it's awesome what you're doing, you know. And I was just like, cool. Like we've just always had the same mindset. Like
and that's what I'm saying. Like
literally
you're-
FTW, like for real, like living it out, like not in a negative sense or a destructive sense, you know, but in the sense of like, this is a positive thing, I'm gonna get it, and everyone can whatever, because I'm gonna get that. And we were like that. Like we were the ones like, yep, moved to America, and we.
And you guys are still, you're the ones who are still here. So
Right.
like-
So me, yeah. There's only 3 of us that are still here, and me and Dan, obviously, and we've had numerous conversations like that, though. You know, where
But
it's just.
what I'm saying is, your
you know.
past has set you up for your future.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All the things, the risks, and everything you did, and just going for it. Unfortunately, you had the accident, but you already had the mindset to get through it.
Right.
As opposed to someone else that might have had that accident.
Like I knew it was gonna go down like this. Like I knew early when they were like, "Hey, your arm's bad," and it's not just because your wrist is broken, because it was in a cast when I woke up. You know, like when I, was 100% there when I was all there. Like when they gave me my phone back and I could make good sentences, whatever. I was full leg cast, full arm cast, neck brace, the whole run. You know,
Yeah.
like broken leg, broken arm, and this is precautionary. Sweet, like, because that was terrifying. You know what I mean? I was like, because I remember all of it, like it was yesterday. You know, I still remember her being on this side, looking over me. You know, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? To be like still here. You know,
Yeah.
And it's.
How long after the accident was when you woke up?
I mean, I was in and out. They had me on everything.
Sure.
Like, I remember the ambulance. I remember trying to get out of the bed numerous times. My arm was in, like, a foam thing. So they knew the nerves were bad already. Probably because my shoulder, like, looked the way it did. Like, you can see where the bone is and the arms. Like, this is my shoulder.
Sure.
So she'll be like that.
Right.
So they kind of knew, but they didn't, like, hit me with it. Until,
Yeah.
like, way after. You know? Because they were like, oh, he thinks his arm's broken, the nerves might regenerate. Let's not bring up.
Right. Let's just shut the fuck up until we need to tell him.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. And then it's like they take the cast off, and I'm like, yeah.
Wait a
They say the
minute.
same.
I still can't flip off the nurses.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. But, so I knew, and then they're like, oh, we got to go in there. And then they do nerve tests, and it's just, I mean, I started to have dreams. I had one arm, and it was off. And I was always kind of okay with it in a, I don't know, not in a sick sense, like, I don't care, like, or tough guy or anything like that. I was just like, there's a good chance it's gonna go down like this.
He just accepted it. Like this is what it is.
Like, and I'm gonna remove it. Yep, for sure, because I was already living with it, paralyzed, while they do all the stuff, and then they eventually just cut me open, and went in for 12 hours.
I looked around and tried to do
Yeah,
what they
like,
could
'cause
do.
they look at the nerves. If it's pulled out of the spine, they don't try and put it back in, because they can paralyze you. So it's a loss.
Yeah.
And you only have 5 nerves that control your whole arm. So I had 3 completely pulled out. So whatever they control is done. And then that was halfway pulled out, and that was like barely hanging on. So they're like trying, or that might be teared lower, right? So they
Sure.
fix the tear and stick it back together, and hopefully it takes, you know. So yeah, I woke up from that, and then I didn't wake up from the anesthesia for that surgery.
Yeah.
So it was like panic, you know, like me and hospitals don't get along, man. Like
You
straight
spent
up.
enough time in hospital.
Yeah, I'm totally tapped out. But yeah, and then I kind of knew, and I was like, okay, they make you wait a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before they let you.
Well, it's not because like of the big decision. Yeah, I'm sure that
Plays
has
a
played
factor.
into it. Right. Like, okay, I'm 6 months away from having no limb. Okay, I'm 5 months away. Like, I'm sure there was people like that. I was just more like, it's gonna stay like this. Come on, January 13th,
Like they give you- no, you-
2016 already.
But they
because-
want to give you a year to like see if
Well,
it
they
starts
could-
regenerating and stuff.
Well,
Like,
it goes, I think, to 98.5% after the year. It's gonna stay like that.
whatever it's at after a year, that's where you're at.
Right.
Sure.
So my arms felt the exact same from when I could recall
like,
feeling
this fucking-
after
Yeah.
the accident.
So it didn't hurt. It was just there with no mobility.
Well, I'll still get like phantom weird.
Stuff happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'll sometimes think my actual thumb of that hand
Oh,
is
interesting.
tingling. Like specific fingers. Like
Right.
It's that detailed of a feeling.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Wow.
But I don't
It
know.
like lets you know that all of this, like, it's not real. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just your brain
Right.
telling, because it's like,
That's why they do the mirror therapy. That's what that's for.
Sure.
Is you look in the mirror and move this arm, but you line it up to where it could look like it could be this arm, and it tricks your mind. It's a whole thinking
Yeah.
type thing.
Like
Yeah.
none of it, and you're still feeling
Right, but you're trying to trick your own mind,
you.
letting it know it's there.
That shit is complicated.
But,
trying
yeah.
to trick your fucking mind into like working shit that doesn't work.
Right.
Woo.
You try to Jedi mind trick yourself, even though you know
Yeah.
you're Jedi mind tricking yourself.
Yeah.
But shut up, brain. Fucking do this
Well,
anyway.
because you and your brain, this is not the same thing. Like you're like who you are, like your brain, you can trick it, and it can trick you. Like it's fucking.
It's
Stupid
kind of
brain.
it's kind of crazy,
Complicated.
but yeah, that's why that works for whatever the people it works for, But
I mean,
yeah, your mind's crazy.
it's. I mean, obviously, as your progression has been going, I mean, this is all weighs heavy, mind, body, and soul to make these kind of decisions. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
it was
heavy
kind
shit,
of.
bro.
It was just. Yeah, it was heavy, but again, it wasn't. It's like the same with the painting thing, and you did that left-handed, or it's like
accepting
maybe
it.
because I've just manifested it to a certain sense by default. Like I already see myself clearly
You have a very Buddhist mindset.
in different higher positions of whatever it is I'm into.
Yeah.
Like with you with the festivals, if you can see it at Cowboy Stadium on the regular, like it comes into your head, and then you're like, I'm just gonna
that-
start pushing towards that.
Talk
and just
that
see if
talk.
it's up.
I've seen
That's
seen
all
that.
that's all I do,
yeah.
when it comes to paintings, and I think that's the only reason
I've seen the festival,
Like-
Michelin Rumble. I've seen it at Dodger Stadium with Social D performing. That's my
Right.
ultimate.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Because that's in
That's the-
Southern
I
California.
thought you were telling me that was coming up.
No, it is coming up, but that's as Southern
At
California
Dodger
as you
Stadium,
can
Social
get.
Store shit.
Right.
Dodger Stadium parking lot, Social D headlining, Michelin
yeah.
Rumble. Like that's as SoCal as you can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, only because Nipsey's dead. But
Yeah.
he could
Yeah.
close the show,
No,
what I mean?
no,
Mike
yeah.
Ness is getting old. So.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That like you said, you have
Right,
to
right.
you have to visualize it, man. And I think that's what, like when Johnny talks about it too, it's just visualizing yourself succeeding. Because you know what, enough people out there visualize you not succeeding.
Yeah.
So you might as well visualize that shit success. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
I was growing up, my dad was like, "Get a job, do this." My mom was the only one that would visualize me succeed and tell me to visualize myself as a success.
Yeah.
Right.
My dad, he wanted me to be successful,
Right.
but he was a hard worker. He's the kind of man, a 9 to 5, put
Right.
food on the table.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted it. He just looking
Yeah,
out for you.
responsibilities. Too. He
Responsibilities.
had responsibilities.
We all
But
did.
you need to, as every single one of us needs to think, visualize, and repeat that every day to ourselves. Like, that's how you become successful. You have to believe you can be successful.
Yeah, and it was weird because I've been in spots, to where if you don't think that way, you're done.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was doing it and not. It was the only
can't
thing.
look-
It was the
you
only
can't-
way you could get out of it.
Yeah.
The only way out is in. Yeah,
Right.
That's it.
Right. If
Yeah,
my lady wasn't pregnant, I don't know if I would have mentally made it through all that.
Yeah,
You know,
'cause
I'm like, I have a
something-
kid coming in like 3 months, and
Holy
I'm learning how to walk.
That wasn't even part of the fucking the story.
Yeah, I thought I'd hit you.
Oh,
I'm like, I'm out. Mic drop. No.
oh wow.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's there's something that you have to like
You
like
know,
you
worry
said.
about the miscarriage and then that whole side of things, you know? But yet, I'm in the hospital, at the block of Orange right there and getting trying to call me because she can't contact me, and she's pregnant.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's even more surreal, like, now my son's 6, Like, my accident was 5 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and even him, he wasn't even around.
Right.
Like,
He only knows
But-
you like this.
yeah, right. Like, but he thinks I'm like some superhero. Like,
But you are.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially, when I think back to that kind of mindset, like, I would look like a freak of, like, nature.
Sure.
Like, every time I go to Dad asking him to do something, he can fix it.
Or he's skating.
But he
or
has
he's
less
skateboarding.
limbs than me.
Yeah.
Like if you're 6, like, that's how you think. Where we're
yeah.
like, okay, you just have a young brain. You don't know
Yeah.
a hammer goes with the nail or whatever,
Sure.
So, like, but yeah, it just must be kind of mind-blowing. Every
yeah.
time he comes to me, like, Dad, he had like 3 knots in his shoe and he just couldn't get it undone. I'm there with my teeth. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
and it's like,
Here.
it's all loose, and he's like, thanks, Dad. I was like, don't triple knot your shoes, then.
Yeah.
You don't play that hard.
What's the inspiration to your art? Because
Everything
it
we
does
talked
have
about.
yeah, I was gonna say because it does have
It's
a darker side.
super intense.
Yeah.
I was about to ask. I was just waiting for him to get into the story. So I was going to ask him if someone hasn't seen his art, because we're about to display it right now, and after listening to everything that you've gone through to your seat right now, I see.
Yes.
I see why the art where it's at, because Steve had told me, hey, check out the Falcon and blah blah blah. Like, cool. I'm like, I'm going through it, like, holy fuck, this is amazing. And then he started telling me the story, like, one handed, you weren't left, and like, oh shit, oh wow, like, oh wow, like, oh wow, like this is something different. We're about to show it right now. There we go. Tell us a little bit about these pieces and like, especially this one right here. This is your most latest post on Instagram. And by the way, guys, you can follow him right now on Instagram at Falcon Did It, all spelled out the way it sounds. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, this one, yeah, it's kind of weird. I've just been trying to I got a lot of good spray paint. So, yeah, just did the background. I try to make like a dark sky, I guess, and try and put the shadow in, and then I try and move stuff around to.
So as I look at this, I'm almost getting the sense of someone facing me and turning away at the same time. So I don't know if that was what you're
It's
trying to.
weird. No, so the dark parts are the eyes. Like top right is the right eye. The white in the middle is like technically the nose,
Okay.
and then like the mouth and chin's all that black area, right? So that was already painted.
Okay.
The face. So it's a woman looking over her shoulder, right? And totally screwed it up. And then I did stuff to it, and then that was halfway through being fixed. So now I'm just leaving half fixed faces on purpose. So I don't have to paint them. And I don't think anyone's really pulling away as much as I am physically. Like taking the paint away as much as I am
Sure.
as a regular move, but yeah, like the one on the left, that whole face has been sanded back. So the lightest part of the left cheek on the left painting,
Yeah.
that's the panel. That's the wood panel. So that's how much I've sanded down
Okay.
just to highlight that cheek.
And
so
you're
to speak.
using different things. I heard you say spray
Yeah,
paint. You're using
everything.
paint and.
Like the white lines are pastel. It's like a form of chalk on that face, on the left one, on the cheekbone and stuff. Like that's pastel, and then I have a concoction. They're just ones I did in the hospital on the iPad, so they're all digitally done. Those ones, like that one. So yeah. But yeah, yeah, like that one's pretty textured, like the mouth and stuff. And
Are these people that live in your head, or are these people in the world?
Is Benji one of them?
No. Right. Here's the baby. No. I don't know. I think because people know what happened, the ones that do know my story, just like, oh, it makes sense. Like at the art show. Like, oh, where's the guy that did these ones? You know? Oh, that's him over there.
It's like,
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like, of course it was him.
cool, you know? You know how many times that dude's nearly died? Like,
Yeah.
or whatever, you know? It isn't that weird. When you think,
Sure.
like, what did you think I was going to do? Like,
What do you think lives in my head?
right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go to Ikea and pick up a thousand pieces.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bro, you should take these two. What's that fucking American Horror Story and let them build characters
Right.
off
They
this?
have great
Yeah.
introductions. Whoever does the introductions to those
Absolutely.
That
is
was
amazing.
bad.
Yeah, so that's like a texture that I've come up with that dries, and I can even send that back to like.
So is that like
dust.
really 3D or is that
Yeah,
like
that's coming out. It's about that high.
okay?
Yeah.
I think that I mean, obviously everyone's art is always awesome because I can't do none of this shit. But when you start mixing up painting and then sculpting and then you're sanding, like
you know, that's called mixed media. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of
With
weird
your
how
offhand, you know what I'm saying?
It just wasn't getting enough attention. What I could do with a paintbrush. You
Sure.
know? Like that's just spray paint. That's 3 cans of spray paint. That's not.
Like I've thrown art shows, especially at the slide bar, and I've painted here and there. But when I see the stuff, I'm like, fuck. You
Like
know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
wrap that one. Someone got that one today. So
Which one?
the,
Go back.
The one with the thing over his mouth.
Back.
The
I'd say
bandage.
this one.
If you go scroll
what
down,
did you
stop, go up a bit, up the one to the
Middle.
Right in the middle, right there.
Yeah, that one. So I'm
This-
gonna send that out tomorrow. It's on a skateboard. So if you go on the next picture. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna send that to. I believe he's in California.
Go to the
Might be
next
my
one.
first Californian customer. Every one I've sent has been to the East Coast.
really.
All
Every
right, go to
paint.
the next one.
Wisconsin and yeah.
A lot of, it's darker out there, I
Like,
guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That one, right?
Yeah, that went pretty
there.
quick. Yeah.
So much of
It's-
what I see, so much of what you do using negative space, and then here to fill the whole thing up.
It's really good when you
is-
screw up the left side of the face and you find the black spray paint. You know, and everyone's like, "Oh, how'd you think of that?" I'm like, "Why do you think it's off center?"
Oh, yeah, I fucked it all up.
And then they're like, "I wanted even more," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
These are
But
not-
yeah, that happens a lot too. I'm like, that could still look cool. All right, you know, like a lot, like trial and error.
So are most of your designs? I mean, I see skateboards. Are they typically on items? Are they on canvases? Like, how do you normally sell them, or do you just take an image and you redo it over and over and over?
No, so I'll paint normally on wood panel, like quarter,
Okay.
not quarter, I guess. Yeah,
Half
quarter
inch,
inch,
quarter inch.
quarter inch.
So each of them are typically originals, or
Oh, that I paint.
well, right? Like, do you like redo them over and over and over? Like, say for example, like, hey, I like this, but
I'm gonna try and redo it.
yeah.
No,
No.
I think because my mind just doesn't stop,
Got
and I
it.
think that's why I. You
So
know,
these are
I've
one
got
of a kind
through stuff
pieces.
too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As well, like it's just my mind doesn't stop. Like I've woken up at 4. I've gone out my patio, and I've fixed what I guess was dreaming about, changing in the painting. Woke up at 4, gone outside, done it, went back to bed at 7, and I was like, did I wake up last night and go paint? And I was like, yeah, I did the whole left side of that face. I was like, whoa, like it's just weird. Like whatever you're obsessed about or like wanna,
Sure.
it's you can't stop it. I think you know.
This
When
one
it starts
definitely has a
coming
little
through you.
spooky vibe to it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I screwed up the halo. I was meant to paint the circle gold, so it kind of looks like an eclipse.
Sure.
It's a Mary and Jesus, like actual original piece
Look at
that I just redid.
your fuck ups are
And-
leading you to the better thing. You think
Right.
they're fuck ups, but it's
Right.
Nah.
it turns
And a
out
lot of time, like yeah, it's weird.
Do you actually display your art a lot in public to sell?
I am September 10th, believe it or not.
that is coming up right now. Where September 10th? Where?
I think it's on the first one on the Instagram. I think he posted it up there as well. Right there we are.
Yeah, it's at the Count's Den.
There we go.
So,
Immortal Art.
and that's actually the last thing I ever did.
Oh, that's the last
on
one.
the
You did.
flyer, yeah. But that's
Cool.
September 10th.
to be seen in
6
person.
to 11 downtown Los Angeles. You can go to Falcon Did It on Instagram and check out the flyer for his art show coming up. Again, that's September 10th.
How many pieces?
I just dropped off today and met with the people down there, which was awesome. I dropped off 6, and I'm gonna try and do 2 more before the 10th.
Hell yeah.
Because it doesn't take me long if I have it, like, if I plan it out, like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, like, I want to do, like, an old guy, where it's just, like, chin to waist, but you can tell it's, like, an old dude's body, like, wrinkly, ribs, like,
Yeah.
or
Old
something.
guy.
Just could be cool just to do a body instead of,
Faces.
feelings, like, in faces, and, like, that looks like Leatherface.
I was
Yeah.
trying to
about
do
to
a
say that.
soldier,
Yeah.
I was
and
about
everybody
to say
says Leatherface.
I thought it was
and it's
Leatherface.
just, me pushing paint around in the face, that's all it is. And it's
Soldier face.
the way stuff dries, it's
Yeah.
kind of weird too. And yeah, different textures do different things. I think that's why I just like using them. It's just get crazy. I'll
You're
just
only
get
in
spray
charge.
paint, and I'm just like, whatever, total,
Oh, yeah.
total chaos.
It's crazy that you're painting it, but you're not in charge of how people receive it. It's like
Yeah.
that's not Leatherface. It's a soldier, but it's like it's like people are like Leatherface.
Yeah, and then it's a bummer too because I never want them to be like someone we've seen.
Yeah.
Like
But like
I've
you
done
said-
pieces and I'm like Obama. That is straight Obama, like nose and mouth. That's all I can see, or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, if one other person can see that, I'm done.
Sure.
I've done like the what is it, The Shining, Jack Nicholson,
Uh-huh.
behind the door,
Yeah.
where he's got. I've done pieces where I'm like, oh, everyone's gonna think that's what I was going for, because I've just got this streak that could be the side of a door,
Right.
And now it looks like a face is coming out from behind it. I'm like, not even, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, it's so sick because like the nose and the eye look rad. So I'll attempt to like do the other side of the face so people don't think it's
Right.
a door now.
Yeah.
And totally screw it. Lose the just the nose and the eye that I thought was wonderful. And now we're back to square one.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a nightmare. Don't stop painting.
I'll tell you what. I would like to talk to you after the show, but I'm putting together a Halloween show in Costa Mesa, and I think your art would be
My old
fucking.
stomping ground right there, Costa
I-
Mesa.
I
yeah.
think
Don't invite me and Super Steve.
we'll talk, but it's gonna be on the October 30th, Costa Mesa. More information coming.
Perfect.
So
Perfect. Yes,
But yeah,
yes.
man, that's like I said, I've known you for such a long time, and
Right.
and I've seen the progression of your art. And when we had this, like, we've been inviting some cool people on here, and I was just like, thinking about who else could I invite, and you were always on my list of people to come out here and not only to tell your story, but to inspire other people out there that may have gone through worse, less, or nothing at all, or just starting life, or just, trying to figure out themselves, and to see people that are out here pushing and grinding no matter what the circumstances are in your life,
Yep.
and not giving up, and continuing to push, and man,
Being
it's
able to
amazing.
adjust.
And adjust, definitely.
Being able to fucking adjust.
Yeah. And you're an inspiration, bro.
appreciate
And I'd like to say that right now personally.
Right.
You're an inspiration because as always, no matter what it is, like oh wow, that guy has one arm, he has one leg, but he's running, he's doing this, and just to know you and to have a friendship with you and know like, damn, you took this and look at your fucking art is amazing.
I appreciate it, man.
It's amazing. And your story's just as amazing. And hopefully someone out there is listening and they're thinking about it and going like, fuck, you know what, dude? I'm going to fucking go for whatever it is you're thinking of doing in life,
Oh, yeah. I think, we'd be in a better place, if everyone just at least try to do what they want.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Try to
if
make
no one
yourself
else
happy.
is no one else is getting hurt,
Yeah.
cool, run it,
Yeah.
run it. Because I don't deal with, what ifs. No, I don't.
Mm.
I don't think what if.
Hell yeah.
I run it first.
You.
And, yeah,
Then you learn.
shit happens, but hey, I mean,
I had a
How-
call. I had.
I want to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sure.
I had a friend just
Right.
call me the other day, and she's like, you know what? I did this event, and it was fucking whack. Blah blah. I go, man, but you're doing what you want to do. You're gonna have failures.
Right.
Fucking cool.
There is no. It's winning and learning. That's it.
There you go.
know
And that's what I
mean?
told
Winning and
you.
learning.
I learned that from you, man. It was like
That's
that to
it.
say that, it's not a failure. It's just a lesson learned, and you
Yep.
have to move on. And like you said, man, no what ifs. Just fucking run that shit.
Can't.
Yeah.
Run.
Can't.
Yeah.
You're still in the mid. Like you're still in life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could what if when you're dead. Like you can't. You know what I mean? Like right now while you're doing it, you can't what if. Like nah. Right here. We're fucking.
It's weird that I always had a safety net thought that I could go to. You know what I mean? As like a backup with a lot of the big stuff. Like I can go back to Australia if need be. That was enough for me to be
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
run it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like, it, you know, like,
What's the worst
What-
that can happen? I go home.
I leave.
right. And I'm like a year or two older. Like,
Hey,
no
you
biggie,
came
like,
here with fucking $1,000
straight,
And a credit card.
straight, that's
and a
it.
credit card.
And I ran that credit card.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Mom.
Like that's what I'm saying.
My
though,
mom
like-
legitimately finished paying that off like 8 years later.
But that's what I mean. Like you know what I mean? Like you came here with no what ifs.
Yeah, and it was weird, and probably it was Dan being around him. He would have been more that way, just because he was older. I think, because it's easier to be that way. You're not going to be like 10 going, what if?
Sure.
Dad's car. Like, no, you don't think that way.
Yeah.
So I think he was kind of the influence in that mindset. Like, come on, dude. Like, doesn't work, we'll go home. Like,
Yeah. What are we gonna
and it was
lose?
always like,
We're gonna have a fucking badass
yeah,
time.
like we were talking about seeing a movie. You know, we're like,
Yeah.
good. If we don't like that one, we'll just go to the one next door.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, like it was like we were talking like that. I'm like, we're talking about selling everything.
Yeah. Like, do you understand what you're saying
Right.
to me right now?
I'm still a kid. You know, like
I'm 18
you've
years
already,
old.
yeah, you already moved from New Zealand to Australia, bro. Like I
Yeah.
haven't done nothing. I'm still at home, and you're in my brother's room. You know,
But what a jump though.
and you know we're doing it. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was. I mean, there was hard nights, man. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
man. There was.
it's not
I
gonna
mean,
be
yeah,
easy.
you're in a house and there's money around you, you know, and there's whatever you can imagine, you know. But man, that mum's cooking and just walk past and see your dad watching a sports game, you know,
Yeah. Sure.
like there's just something to being home in your country. And just there's stuff you can't replace, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just weird to be in such a money-heavy situation, you right? When the
Yeah.
game was our neighbor, like,
Yeah.
8 Ferraris next door, like
Yeah.
for real, you know.
Yeah.
And you could maybe drive one, you
Yeah.
know. Like it was great, and you're a kid from Australia. You're not like from East LA and like kind of know this stuff happens, you know. Like
Yeah.
this is crazy, real crazy.
Yeah.
Like
And
I'm
you
walking
didn't
into
just-
anywhere I want without getting carded.
Yeah, that
like,
you're not just coming here. You're coming here at a different level.
Sure.
like
You're
I
not
played a
just-
celebrity dodgeball game in the Good Charlotte team after that movie came out.
Yeah.
Like Ben's like, yo, Joe doesn't want to do it. Do you want to do it? And I was like, all right, like red carpet event, and I'm in the Good Charlotte team throwing dodgeballs at like Ben Stiller and shit.
There you go.
I'm maybe 19 now. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
and that was because you took a chance, bro. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know, but it's
And that's
you
what
know,
that's what people don't understand.
screw
That
it, screw it.
sometimes taking those chances ends up getting you into fucking dodgeball games.
Yeah.
With
Or
Ben
whatever.
Stiller.
Or
Also Ben
whatever.
Stiller.
Or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? That's
And
what
it
got
wasn't
you.
even because I'm a great drummer. That was just okay. We knew a guy, and he happened to
Yeah.
be whatever.
Look, yeah, that's way
You
more
know, but-
important.
Right.
Knowing a guy.
yeah.
Knowing the guy.
But
who
you
knows
know
the
what I
guy.
mean?
Yeah.
Like who's doing all that? But you wouldn't be in another country, let alone doing what you love, if you didn't take a chance. You know,
Yeah.
it got to the point where my age and bills and those requirements got in the way of me staying in a band financially.
Yeah.
It
Right.
wasn't because I didn't have the love. Man, if you were paying me $500 a show, I'll be on tour still.
Yeah.
You know, giving
What-
Def Leppard a run for their money. You know what I mean? But
But that's
they aren't
what-
paying like that.
That's what shows you about the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? That's why we defend it so much because
Yeah.
it makes dreams happen.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how
That's
it
what
yeah,
happens.
and that's the biggest difference between here and Australia. I have a person for everything here. Like everything. And it's kind of weird. I don't think I would have that in Australia.
Yeah.
As much. I mean, there's less people, but it's just, there's so much going on. There's so much access to stuff out here, and a lot of stuff's made here. It's
Sure.
just, it'd be tough to
And a
move
lot of
back
people are made
home
here.
for the old school rad stuff, though, but
Yeah.
very different. I think once I'm a little bit older, then I'm gonna be like, oh, okay,
I'm going back.
you know,
Kind of
like,
home.
Now, the last time I had a group in here of Limbo, they're from out that way. They were telling me that other Australians really hate on other Australians. A poppy something. They don't like you to see other like friends kind of like elevate above them. Did you ever kind of experience that at all?
I'm sure there was haters. There's probably
Well, there's haters here.
right,
You know,
They made it
but
seem
like
like-
it adds like a thing.
Yeah.
They just made it seem like
Like
it was
it's-
like everyone hating
Like
on
it's
everyone.
okay, like it's common to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like jealousy, I'm sure. You know, we dealt with it. We dealt with it when we moved here. Like, oh, they're big time now. Cool.
Playing dodgeball now.
Right. And then, you know, you go back and you play a venue that holds like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Fucking rock star, dude.
Man, I'm telling you.
Or
guys.
whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, or they'll try and be cool because they know you're coming back.
Yeah.
You know, I've dealt with,
Both sides.
you know, and
Yeah.
I'm just a dude just loving playing drums.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the, I don't care who's in front of me. If I like the song and I like the band, cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good. But when it gets to like, okay, I have a mortgage or I have rent. Now kids, like, the pay better be
Great.
even more if, like,
Yeah.
say I was to go out. Like, I'm not leaving just my girlfriend or whoever it may be. That's maybe I'm not even married to, you know.
Yeah, you're
Or
leaving
maybe I
behind.
am married to, or whatever it may
Yeah.
be. But once you throw kids, once you add more than one person, it's a family, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if they're not covered, I can't go out.
Yeah.
So, and I was kind of feeling like that, you know, trying to stay on top of stuff financially. I was like, damn, I can't, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I got a day job. Can't quit.
But you know what I mean? Yeah.
I got the day job, but I mean,
Yeah.
the day job helps support, pay the bills, where it gives me enough leeway, and I get to do all the cool
Right,
shit.
but
Like,
eventually you're gonna just do this
I hope so. That's
Oh,
the goal,
hell yeah.
man. That's
because
the
you
goal.
have that mindset and you have this already going on.
Hell yeah.
By the way,
Like he'll
shout
be one of the ones. You
Oh,
know what I
will,
mean?
yeah. Because, you know, he's been one of the ones. He's been putting in that work.
And you put it, you get past kind of that stretch of
Yeah, yeah.
horrible. It's like when you go to the gym, you're like, I'm still not losing weight. You know, I'm like, trust me, just hang in there.
Yeah, you have to keep
Trust
pushing.
me,
Yeah.
trust me, because
You
it's
gotta keep
gonna like
pushing.
all fall,
Yeah.
all at once.
Well, I'm still waiting for the fall.
Yeah.
But it's coming.
Me too.
By the way, shout out to everyone who's been logging in, checking us out.
Hell
Thank you
yeah.
for supporting.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, subscribe
Yep, yep,
to the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. And thank you, Judy Bourne, Tall
That's my
Poppy.
mom right there.
That's your
There we
mom.
go.
She says, that's my boy. And you're
Oh
right.
yeah, tall poppy syndrome.
That's what it's called. So yeah.
that's what we call that. Yes.
See,
Yeah.
your
He
mom
He just
knew.
said poppy, and I'm
Your
like,
mom-
I need a little more
Your
than
mom
just
knew.
poppy.
She was like, I got you. I understand exactly what you're
Yeah.
getting at.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
And you can check out his art show September 10th. You can also go to Falcon Did It on Instagram and check out all his work, as well as a flyer for his upcoming show. And you can catch this episode tomorrow on
On Local Music Experience at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on your way to work, on your way home, or you could just be doing nothing too. You can listen whenever you want to.
and if you're out in the
pretty
harbor
sweet.
area today.
Oh yeah, right now I'm gonna leave right now to go to Flights in Hawthorne.
Are you getting funny?
Stand up, yeah.
He's gonna
and
go get
then
funny.
Saturday night, also at 8 o'clock at Baja's in Koreatown. We'll be also there. So
Do you have any
Come on
rituals
out.
you do? Johnny C?
Huh? Rituals.
Yeah.
I try to get big before I do anything.
But do you have to like?
No,
you get what I mean.
I try to get
always
out
wonder
of-
what comedians do because you know, like bands.
I'm still,
like
you know what?
yourself,
Here's if to compare it to music, how I feel doing stand up right now is I feel like I know how to play the guitar, but I have to stare at the strings the whole time. You know, it's like I'm doing it, but I still have to like think about it while I'm fucking doing it for sure.
Yeah, I always wonder. Like, I'm like, are they just like they just talk and because they're that level funny, they just
No, it's
Have a
all,
semi-planned
it's all planned. It's like going. Like, you know, you see Social Distortion and
So
Mike
you-
Ness.
you have-
They play the exact same songs, say the same shit in between the songs. Like, it's exactly like that.
It's
Like,
work.
You know? Yeah,
work.
yeah.
do you have you been heckled? Like pretty bad
Not
to where
bad.
you're like,
Not the only time the only time I've ever been heckled was by another comic, and he was sitting in the front. So like the people that were there, everybody was in the back except for this guy was sitting in the front row, and he was talking under his breath so that nobody. And I was butt booty brand new, like less than 6 months in. And this dude was talking under his breath the whole time and like commenting on my punchlines and just being a dick. And it took me so far out. Like I stopped talking. Like I had no idea. Like it fucked me up. And like that was a lesson to be learned for sure. I wish I could remember who that dude was so that I could punch him in the fucking mouth.
Wow.
But
So if you want to come out and heckle Johnny, come out tonight to Flights out in Hawthorne. Johnny got to roll out. Thank you so much, Falcon. Please follow him at Falcon Did It on Instagram. Check out his work. You're going to be fucking loving it. Halloween's right around the corner. If you got demons in your closets where you need to fucking display that shit on your wall, this is the dude.
Or if you got kids too, you can, if they misbehave.
And give him a follow at
with
Falcon Did It. And also give us a follow. You can always check out this episode again and all the past ones. We'll see you next Tuesday on the #1 live podcast. It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
The #1 live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Big Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop lock.